Imagine how great you are. Welcome to Mental Health Meditations to Create Serenity. Serenity is in your mind, and congratulations for being here. We could easily, and you may be in it right now, making the world out to seem like it's the worst place ever. Like people are horrible, like your schedule's a mess, you're not getting enough sleep, that you're in pain all the time, that you don't feel like working out or eating right. You feel like eating your emotions, just getting stressed out and eating them. You're at work, you don't feel like working, so you're just eating to get by. You don't feel like being active because you haven't been active, and you just are in a slump, and that slump has been lasting for years. Well, I'm here to tell you that there's a way out, and it's number one, by simply closing your eyes and realizing your vision is more real than the illusion that comes when you open your eyes. Yes, the true reality is your imagination. And you have created every detail in your life so far. And it may sound like that's not such good news. Let me tell you why it's great news, because you've created every detail in your life, and it's up to you to create every detail in your life as of right now, as of today, as of this minute, as of this hour, as of this second, to assess your life. And we're going to assess your life, or you're going to assess your life in 4 different ways. You're going to make 4 different columns: stress, sleep, schedule, and social. You're going to write this out on a good old school piece of paper with a pen or a pencil. Write stress, sleep, schedule, and social. And you're going to give yourself a rating on a scale of 1 to 10. What's your stress level every day? Is it a 10 being super stressed out and you just are full of anxiety and feel like there's never enough time? And then sleep, right? Is your sleep on a scale of 10 like not getting any sleep, it's horrible, you're tired all the time? Or is it a number 1, you have the best sleep in the world? What is your social life? Is it a 10? Is it just horrible? Or is it number 1, that you put yourself first and that you are influenced by a tribe of greatness, by the Thrive Tribe? What do you rate yourself on these 4 aspects of life: stress, sleep, schedule, and social? You create time. You create time based on the importance that you create on the story of whatever that S is. So you create importance on your work, and that makes it so that you take away from the vitality that you're giving to yourself, like your self-care. You're not eating properly because you're putting work first. You're not putting yourself first, so you're putting your social life first or your family first. This is for you to figure out where you could improve in life. Because once you write it down, you will make it happen. And once you gain a grasp of clarity of where you are lacking in life and where you could strengthen up, then it will become so much more obvious. But take small steps. Do not put so much weight on yourself. This is not an exercise to abuse yourself and say, oh, I get horrible sleep. Love yourself. Realize if your sleep's at a 1, wow, you have such an opportunity or if your sleep's at a 10, you have such an opportunity to increase. You get just a few more minutes of sleep. If you're only getting 4 hours of sleep and you get an extra 30 minutes, that's literally like a huge increase in your sleep schedule, right? It's a huge percentage of increase that you're sleeping more and you're going to feel that much better. Create a list of your liability times and your asset times. Like for me, it's a huge liability to be up awake past 9 or 10 o'clock. Not going to be doing nothing really that's that good 99% of the time. Either be watching some show or TV or up late, and then I may eat something that is not the best choice that I would make in the daytime hours. For you, may be different. For most people, though, that I've talked to, we choose horrible things to eat when we're up past 9 or 10 o'clock. We don't get enough sleep. The studies show that when people sleep from 8 to midnight, hence it's called midnight, the middle of the night, we actually get so much more restful sleep. And if we don't sleep from 8 to 12 p.m., we're actually more likely to be violent, to commit crime and murders, and have different mental illnesses. Wow. Pretty amazing of statistic and study. What people are influencing you to not be your best self? Because your best friends bring out the best of you. What time do you find your like day is just like the schedule is just through the roof? Write down. This was one of our last lists, is to write down hour by hour your schedule, to create time blocks with your life. And when you create these time blocks, your schedule is going to just start becoming more and more perfect. Give yourself time. Give yourself grace. It may not happen overnight. You may not just all of a sudden go from having a schedule where it's a mess and you feel like you're at 4 hours of sleep to getting 8 hours of sleep. It may not be good for you to go from 4 hours of sleep to 8 hours of sleep, actually. Just like it may not be good to go from 0 minutes of activity a day to 2 hours of activity a day. Slowly increment, slowly increase, slowly do better. And if you keep on improving, you will get the compound effect. Einstein said compounding is one of the greatest powers of the universe, thought to be the eighth wonder of the world. Because when we start improving, number one, as was in step one, you are starting to reprogram your subconscious mind. And when you reprogram your subconscious mind, you start doing things on autopilot, like exercising and eating right. And it doesn't take so much thought to just eat right. You go to the grocery store or the farmer's market on a regular scheduled basis, and you buy regular scheduled fruits and love it. Or you have them ordered to your house, and you know that this is your normal scheduled activity. Whatever is normal for you or natural for you will become what happens. What do I mean by that? Like, of course, what is normal is what happens. What is natural is what happens in life. Yet you program the normalcy into your life with your subconscious mind. If you program your mind to say it's normal, life is so hard, life is horrible, people are horrible, I love to eat junk food. If you keep on programming that in your mind, it'll strengthen the program. It's amazing, no matter what level of addiction people are at, how free they become just like a few days after letting go of the addiction, a few weeks, a few months, and how easily it could all come smashing back to us and we become that addict again. So maybe part of your schedule is like just removing something that you are completely addicted to. Maybe it's just one food like Fritos or Skittles or M&Ms or ice cream. Calculate it. Like, it could be a food that is kind of healthy, but you're just overdoing, right? Some people say chicken and turkey, and it's so easy to overconsume these foods. Dark chocolate or 100% cacao is a great food. I find for myself, I need to take some breaks of it because I could easily eat. Like, I did a calculation the other day where I ate like a kilo, 2.2 pounds of cacao in just a few weeks. And then I calculated how many calories of it I'm eating every day. It's a good food. Like, I highly recommend having 100% dark chocolate unless you just become like overindulgent like me. And I didn't eat it with sugar. It's 100% cacao. Dark chocolate has tons of polyphenols and phytonutrients that have been proven to be good for our health. Yet I don't think I need to have 500 calories of it every single day. That's a good amount. And when I calculate, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a break from that. I'm like, how am I going to do it? Oh, like a fiend. And then a few days go by. I don't really think of it that much, right? Truth be told, like, I have a replacement. It's the same thing, but it's pressed. It's cacao powder. And I'm utilizing that for a little bit because I don't eat as much of it. I'm not going to have 500 calories of cacao powder. That would be like a whole cup of it. It just doesn't go down as easy as me having the cacao paste or cacao chips. So this is a little example. I hope that helps and isn't just me confessing publicly to my cacao addiction. It's just so important to look at what is holding you back. What is a liability in your life? What is a liability time? What are liability people? What is the liability food that you're eating? And what is the asset? I know I have just about a case of dragon fruit. I eat like 2 or so every day when I come home. That's a big asset. That's helping me out a lot. Recording this is an asset for me. It helps me stay focused. There are so many other assets that you could create as a list of. So sleep, an asset for sleep for me is making sure I turn off all electronics, all videos, including my phone, by 8 p.m. So I have 1 hour where I'm acclimating to the darkness. Another asset time is me actually getting in bed around 7 or 8 p.m. and starting to read a book and just getting settled and realizing how great that feels in the morning at 5 or 6 a.m. when I'm thinking about staying in bed longer. And then at 5 or 6 a.m., I think about how much better I'm going to feel when I do my morning meditation and affirmations and exercise and movement. When I'm about to do my exercise and movement, I think about how am I going to feel when this is accomplished versus how am I going to feel if I don't do it? And am I going to create that momentum of not doing it, of the momentum of being sedentary, the momentum of eating junk food, the momentum of having pizza, the momentum of having alcohol, or the momentum of drinking fresh water, the momentum of exercising, the momentum of reading books instead of TV. Create that momentum in your life, and then it will become easy. And it may seem so hard in the beginning, but what was first impossible will become your warm up, right? What is an impossible workout becomes a warm up once you start doing it on a regular basis. So, again, your only list here is assessing your fours: your sleep, your stress, your schedule, and your social, rating them on 1 to 10. And next to that, creating a liability list. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gratitude. You did it. You're amazing. Give yourself a round of applause, a pat on your back. Point at your beautiful smile and say, I am worth it. Point on your chest, I am capable. And then hands overhead, I got this. Because you do. You're amazing. Thank you.